Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. It's Friday, April 11th, and it's now time for the ZOE Ragchew to kick off. Your host tonight, VE3LBI, Larry on the East Mountain of Hamilton. And we'll just wait for the clock to flip over to 8 p.m. and Larry will open the net. Larry's usually very punctual.
Hey all, and
There he
welcome to
is.
the ZOE Ragchew on 443.075. There's a plus offset and no cone is required. My call sign is Victor Echo 3 Lima Bravo India. My first name is Larry and I'm located on East Hamilton Mountain. It's an open net. To join the conversation, please give us your call sign and your name. And tell us about your equipment, yourself, or anything you'd like to add to the conversation. And before we start, I'd like to thank Terry, VE3IQL, for the use of that repeater. Please remember, using a repeater has very good coverage in Ontario, so no religion, politics, or foul language. And last but not least, please let the repeater drop so others can get in between our conversations. I get check-ins for Friday night, ZOE Ragchew. Come on in, please.
Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey, otherwise known as the Icebreaker.
VA3NCA.
Victor Echo 3 India Uniform Kilowatt. Any other check-ins for Friday night, ZOE Ragchew? Please come on in, VE3LBI. We'll start off what we got here. Actually, I had a fun day. I decided I was going to put some more frequencies into my Quan Chang. So I got Turp all loaded up and got the frequencies in there, and I all of a sudden look at it. Everything's in reverse. I'm going, what's going on? I couldn't figure it out. Actually, I ended up talking to Dave, VA3CP. I forgot there was an extra menu item. You got to check it off at the top. So everything I put in today was all in reverse. Fortunately, it was easy enough to fix. I just took off the reverse portion, but I must have been scratching my head for a good hour on it. Anyways, we'll bring in Mac here. VA3MW, VE3LBI. Come on in, Mac.
Good evening, Larry, and everybody else on net. Happy Friday to one and all. It was a little interesting to drive to work in the snow this morning, but there, I said the four-letter word. It now no longer has power over me. Anyways, road conditions weren't too bad, but it's just disconcerting to, somebody should phone Mother Nature and say, okay, come on, lady, flip over the calendar. Let's get with it. It's April. Anyways, I was hoping you'd let us know how CW school went last night. Perhaps is the format drastically different than the last time they started out at the rudimentary basics, or how's that going along so far?
That's going on. I'll tell you what, Mac, we'll run down the list and then we'll come back to the top and I'll give you a little bit of information if that's okay.
That sounds good with me. Very good. Okay, we're here for the duration. Thanks for doing this one, Larry.
Okay, no problem. All right, Wade, you're up. VA3NCA, VE3LBI. Come on in, Wade.
VE3LBI, VA3NCA. Good evening, Larry. Good evening, everybody on net. It was a work from work day, so I was at the campus, but I saw something from you at some point about your Quan Chang, and I made note of it. Then I went back to go look for it, and I couldn't find where it was posted. So it may or may not have been Discord, but I am assuming you figured out what you had to figure out with the Quan Chang. Is that right?
Yes, I did. I was scratching my head with it, and I finally thought, I'll have to wait about it. And anyways, no, I did find the information. I fixed the actual Quan Chang. It's working now. Like I said, there was something to do with the settings in the actual Turp. At the top, I guess there's a view, and you need to check on this extra set of fields to display them. I forgot all about it, and anyways, I got it fixed up, and it's the Quan Chang's working fine.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, offhand, I can't think of what the setting would have been, but I'm glad you got it worked out. And I'm sure I'll come across. I'm not sure if it was an email or a Discord, but or maybe you deleted it when you figured it out. But I did see it and meant to get back to it, and then couldn't find it. So I don't know. I gotta make note of where I place things more often these days. Anyways, other than that, I did get a chance to stop by the Maker place and make a little more progress on some parts for my little clock project of a few UTC local time and maybe a couple other time zones for the shack. But that's one of those projects that are a lot of little components to 3D print and only so much time on the printer. So I just kind of poke away at it. So I got one right now that I'm playing with, and so far so good. It seems like it's the right size to mount the power supply I'm going to use. So I'm playing around with that while I listen along here on our Ragchew. So I know there's at least Bill behind me, and I'm sure there's others waiting. So I will pass it back to you, and we can see who's out there. VA3IMW back in control.
Yep. Okay. Thanks, Wade. We'll bring in Bill next. VE3IUK, VE3LBI. Come on in, Bill.
Good evening, Larry. Good evening to everybody on frequency. Not too much to report here. I got it using a different radio here. I'm using a mobile rig as a base, so I think I'm putting out 25 watts. I probably don't need full power to hit the repeater from here, but I hope I'm sounding okay. Hoping to maybe get out Sunday and do an activation with Wade. It's supposed to be a high of 12 on Sunday, so be glad to see the warmer weather coming so we can get out to the parks, get a little more active. Still not an HF here at home, but hopefully soon I'll get that resolved and get back on HF as well. But anyway, that's it for now. So just listen along, and I'll be curious as well to know how last night went. I couldn't participate last night because I had something else to do, but I appreciate you sending me the link, Larry, and we'll be there next Thursday. Back to you.
Yep, not a problem, Bill. And the radio sounds good. I don't know if anybody else has their opinions on it, but definitely sounds pretty good there. All right, let me just put a call out. Everybody else checking into the Friday night ZOE Ragchew. Come on in.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot Portable. Good evening, Larry.
Yeah, UCP. Think that's Vern there in the portable. Come on in, Vern.
Hey, Larry. Yep, just out for a walk. +3. Supposed to be a light rainfall, and I don't feel anything, so probably not raining right now, but it is overcast. Looking forward to warmer weather tomorrow and Sunday. Sunday's supposed to get up to 14, so probably a good day to do a POTA activation. I will be out for probably another 10-15 minutes and back in the house, but I appreciate you doing the net. Thanks for picking me up. Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Fox. How's my signal? I'm checking in with an old handy talkie that actually is a quad band.
Well, I had a quick opportunity to flip over to the reverse. You're at my location. You're just making it in, but through the repeater, you have no problems at all.
Good to know. Just earlier this evening, I actually checked into a 220 net as well. This handy will do 6 and 2 meters, 220 and 440.
Yep, definitely no problem. I don't know what, Mac, did you get a quick check on him on reverse to see what he was like?
Well, it's pretty clear that he's moving. So if he stands in the right position with holding his tongue just so, he can be as good as an S9. But as he moves around, you see the signal fluctuate down to about a 5 or 6. And but the radio's doing just fine, and practically a line of sight from his location to where I am, I guess.
Thanks for that, Mac. I will stop moving. I'm standing on one foot, and I have my left hand up.
S3. Yeah, you probably are standing on the wrong foot.
I'm down in a bit of a dip in the park. That could be it.
All right. A little dip in the park. Very good. Enjoy that. Okay, Larry, I'll turn it back to you.
Okay, thanks, Mac. All right, Dave, just starting up here, VA3CP, VE3LBI, thanks for the help. I was just telling everybody about the my hour of time I spent trying to figure out what was going on with the Quan Chang there. So anyway, come on in, Dave. Okay, Larry, VE3LBI, VA3CP. Okay, good evening, everybody. Yeah, that was interesting. It's just a matter of getting our two heads together and we figured it out, so that's good. I'm glad it's all working. And I reverted back to just the name, full-size name, so it's easier to read for me rather than showing the frequency. Back to you. Yeah, mine's not too bad. We're just talking about the Quan Chang there. I put a bunch of names in, but I wasn't sure how to display them. Once I found it on the settings, there's an option to show the name and the frequency. I set mine to that so I can see the frequency and the name too. So my phone keeps going off here for some reason. Anyways, so like I said, at least I got it working again. All right, put a call out here. Anybody else checking into the Friday night ZOE Ragchew? My call sign, Victor Echo 3, Lima, Bravo, India. Come on in. Where's Chuck tonight? We didn't know about the or what's going on for the weekend for contests. So, Mac, you asked me a question.
I did, and you don't remember what it is. No, seriously. I'm just wondering how the format of the CW class, how did you find it? Obviously, starting from basics all over again. Yeah, I kind of envy you guys because you can dedicate some time to it. And unfortunately, I just don't have the mental bandwidth for it right now. Anyways, let us know how things went last night and whether the format has differed significantly from the first start.
No, pretty much the same format. I was with Bill last night, VE3IMRX. Mike's doing it, but I forget his call sign. Anyway, there was two groups set up. Actually, three. I shouldn't say three groups. Dave took the one set on the main Zoom channel, and then two more breakoffs. I was with Bill. Bill ran through what they call it, some tutor or something. I forget the actual name of it. And what he did was he had put some. He started off with we're doing like the AENT again. He had put that in the front. Then he had put some words together, eat, net, things like that. Then he had a sentence. One of the things a lot of people were having a problem with, including myself, I'm going to drop it for a minute. What I mentioned to Bill was the good old A and the N. And I said, I'm having a problem with that. And I asked, I said, well, how many other people? It was like, Bill's like, well, and then all of a sudden everybody's like, put their hands up like the same thing, whether it's a did, da, or da, did. So that was kind of like, just wanted to see who else was having problems. And the only other issue we had last night was spacing in between the actual words. So Bill's going to add some spaces in this tutor he has. But I was able to pick up a couple of things. One of the words he had put together was, with the letters in that, was antenna. I actually picked up most of it and missed one letter out of it. So it was kind of interesting.
Well, that sounds good. Perhaps you now have a well-repaired set of ears that perhaps the correct tone is going to get you over the hump there. And obviously, if you're starting to recognize combinations of letters, then you're well on your way. Very good.
I think, again, one of the difficult parts is everybody's obviously has a microphone, and when they're sending back and forth in some cases between the two people, again, you get a different sound because of a different microphone, where the microphone is, placed compared to where the key is. So it makes it a little difficult because you'll find one gentleman last night, his audio was just blaring when he talked. Yet when he used his key, it was very, very low. I think Dave probably knows who I'm talking about. He had very, very loud audio. So it makes a difference because you get different sounds. You're not going to be all the same because of, again, the microphone.
Yeah, yeah. Teams seems to have some peculiarities. Some of the nuances are within the software or the web application, I should say. And the other thing that obviously is going to have a wide range of variation is the individual's computer setup, where his keyer is, where the sound's coming from, directionality of their webcam and web microphone. Yeah, all those things come to play in it. So I forget the guy's name, but all I could hear was him clunking on something on the desk. I actually didn't hear the tones. So I guess you got to be really agile, turning the volume way up or way down, whatever happens. But yeah, hopefully you can get that standardized as far as audio setups. Anyways, good progress there, Larry. Glad to hear that it's starting to come together. And yeah, I think the brain space that Mike used to talk about is pretty significant. You got to be able to process what you're hearing before you go to the next letter, and then yeah. Anyways, I certainly look forward to hopefully jumping in on the next beginner session and getting a restart all over again.
It's good so far. Next week we switch teachers, so next week I'll be with Mike. I think there was about maybe 8 in each group. I could be wrong. Maybe 6 or 8 in each group. They may be able to clarify that better, but somewhere in that area.
That's very good. Yep. It's good to see the interest in CW is kind of blooming all over again. So, yeah, very good. All right. Well, I've heard a couple of people talking about activations over the weekend. I'm going to have to be out in Kitchener on Sunday. So I've looked for a place out towards Kitchener or Cambridge, perhaps once I finish up with my social event out there. Might swing over and stop at a park if weather and my honeydew list allows me to take the time. Anyways, I'll turn it back to you, and we can run down the list.
It was 8 and 8, Larry, VA3IMW. Okay, thanks, Dave. Yeah, so it was 8 and 8 max. So worked out well. Not overcrowded, and everybody gets a chance to do anything. So, okay, yeah, I'll put a shout out here. Anybody else checking into the Friday night ZOE Ragchew? My call sign, Victor Echo 3 Lima Bravo India. Come on in, please. I thought Chuck would have been around tonight for sure. He's going to get to see what was going on with contests. Anyways, okay. Wade, what else you got for us tonight? VA3NCA, VE3LBI.
VA3LBI, VA3NCA. What else do I have? I don't know. I've been stuck at work all week. We had an incident. Anybody who is familiar with PeopleSoft, you may want to check. This won't mean much to a lot of people, but some people may. It may mean something. There's an unprotected WebLogic endpoint delivered out of the box with PeopleSoft that once you know about it, makes it trivial for you to fetch any file you want off of, well, not any file, almost any file. It has to be a file that is readable by the web server user. But anyways, that's many files off the server. So, yeah, I spent the time closing that down. It is now closed, so that's the good news. So it was relatively easy once we knew about it, but that took up a lot of my time this week. So I'm glad it's the weekend. Other than that, just that little clock project that I got a chance to make a little bit more progress on. So I'm mounting up the components on a piece of that industrial DIN rail mounting. Just printing off the little mounts that will clip on and off of that DIN rail. So that's been a fun diversion. It's ham radio adjacent because I plan to have a couple of clocks showing UTC time, local time, and maybe the coasts or some other ones programmable. So that's about all I've got right now. Yeah, I did talk briefly with Bill there. We do have loose plans for maybe Sunday, particularly if the weather cooperates. And yeah, that's about all I got right now.
Okay, thanks, Wade. Okay, Bill, just going back in there for a while, a bit. Here's some more audio out of the radio. It sounds pretty good. I hope other people see what they think of it, too.
Yeah, okay, Larry. Holding the mic about an inch from my mouth, talking directly into the mic. Yeah, Wade and I are going to try to go out on Sunday. I checked the forecast. Doesn't look like any rain in sight. Partly cloudy. High of 12. So I'll discuss with him later what park we may get out to. Anxious to get out with this radio and tuner. Maybe we can, if I'll have Wade with me, we can set up a wire instead of using the Pac-12. So with that, Larry, and sounds good for next Thursday, and looking forward to getting back into it. So I'll give it back to you, and anybody that would like to give me an audio report, I would appreciate it. Back to you, Larry.
Well, we'll leave it at that. Anybody want to give Bill an audio rejector? He's got it on a different radio tonight. Sounds good to me, VA3IMW.
Sounds good to me as well. Really quite good. I didn't catch it on reverse though there, Bill, so maybe if you come back, I'll push the button.
I don't know how much you'll get to be on reverse because the antenna is just only about, I want to say about 6-7 feet off the ground, maybe 8. And it's just a directional beam pointed right at the repeater. Over.
VA3IMW no, I get you pretty well. There is a little bit of bacon in there, but you're a full S4, a nice S4 on direct to me, and I think that's pretty good if you're talking about a beam pointed away from me, basically up towards Mohawk, and I'm off to your side, and it's not up that high. I think an S4 is pretty good, and through the repeater, you are sounding great. Back to you and or Larry of VA3IMW.
Okay, right now I'm putting out the full power, and I do have intentions of getting an omnidirectional antenna, and hopefully trying to get a little higher, so we shall see. But anyways, thanks a lot for the report, folks, and back to you, Larry.
Hey, thanks, Bill. Oh, by the way, Mac, I'm going to drop out, got the Mac for a minute there. Noel did put something together, VE3KDT, for what you asked about for the nets and stuff. Did you see that?
I did. I think that's an excellent platform. So I think I can farm out the link to the various resources in Bark and ACS, and if they can drop it into their web pages with just dropping in the link, they'll be able to see what's up there on the, what do they call that? The cloud. That's it. Yep. The cloud. Like in my head. So it would be read only for everybody that's just viewing from the cloud. And then for the people that Noel has designated as authorized to edit, we'd be able to make updates from time to time. Yeah, it's a very, very good tool, and it's certainly right in line with what people have asked for in previous conversations on various nets. And by the way, Bill is full S9, full quieting on direct. Sounds good there, Bill. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Mac. Yeah, okay, Mac, VA3IMW ZOE. There's some questions I guess he needs before you could do anything with it to farm it out. He's got one here, the Skywide D-Star net. I'm not sure if that needs to be in there. If it does, there's some values that are missing. And it probably should be proofread before it actually is handed out to anybody.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. I'll take a gander through it. It might actually take a week to actually audit the bands and make sure those nets are still taking place. I'm not totally sure the D-Star thing is still happening because obviously YYZ is not connected to the interweb, and WIC is not in operation.
Okay, well, it's on Discord there. I think it's under the nets. There's a spot there for net. Have a look there. And I don't know whether other things need to be added to it, to complete the list. But I filled in some of the blanks. I think they're right. But you may just want to verify, like I said, to make sure that they are 100%.
Yep. I'll take that on. And yeah, he sent me a link via email, so I should be able to get it right from there. All right, Larry. I'm on the case.
I don't think it's a big rush, but like I say, probably should be just proofread before it's actually sent to anybody if they want to actually post it. So, all right, let's see if Bert's still with us. The ECCRF. Bert, you still with us?
Good evening again, Larry. Thanks for circling back. Should have a better copy on me now. I'm actually back at the house checking in with the mobile and the lovely mag mount sitting on the windowsill.
Well, it definitely is different because I just checked you that time on reverse, and yeah, you got a good signal coming in. So I don't normally check people on reverse if I can hear them through the repeater. It's fine, but you asked before, so I thought I'd give you a quick check.
All right, I appreciate that. Wondering how Mac copies me now as well.
15 over to S9.
Good to hear. I'm up on the second floor of the house, so probably we are line of sight at this point. Anyway, Larry, got a couple of things I need to do with the house, so I will not be around for a further round, but thanks for doing that. I appreciate it. Hope everyone has a nice evening and a great weekend. VA3CRF.
Okay, Vern. All right, all the best. By the way, it was spitting up here in the hill, so the wife was outside just before 8 o'clock, and there was a little bit of drizzle coming down. All right, have a great weekend, and hopefully we'll catch you next week, or probably through some of the nets through the week. All right, take care. VA3LBI.
Thanks, Larry. 73. VA3CRF.
All right, let's give a shout out again. So we got anybody else who wants to join in tonight? My call sign is Victor Echo 3 Lima Bravo India. Anybody else want to join into the Friday night ZOE Ragchew? Come on in, please. VE3GMP. VE3ZJC. Okay, I heard two more. I got Garnett and Jason. VE3GMP, VE3LBI. Did you get a chance to go through all your videos from your camera yet, Garnett?
No, not yet. I spent about 6 hours looking now. I'm almost ready to give up. It's still some places. It's Friday, it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So it's 4 days to go through.
Okay, I just wondered how you made out with that. So, all right. What else is going on, Garnett? Anything?
Not much. Car's running good. Everything's quiet. I'm parking out by the house so it's safer.
Well, you're parking in front of the house now, right?
Yeah.
Garnett had a little incident with one of his neighbors, decided that he needed a flat tire, so he's trying to find some information on his cameras. Hey, Garnett, let me jump in here, or let Jason jump in here. VE3ZJC, come on in, Jason. It's been a while. Hope things are going okay for you, buddy.
Yeah, good evening, Larry, and everybody else on frequency. Things are sane.
a little bit of time to myself last weekend on Sunday, I think it was, and I actually got that HF vertical thrown up in the backyard, and she's as deaf as can be. So I'm going to take her back down on this Sunday if I get some time when the warm weather's out. See what's what, and I'm trying to figure out why it doesn't receive anywhere close to what I expected it to. And yeah, other than that, just dealing with what I got to deal with, and absolutely ridiculous hours at work. So there's been no real time to play radio. This is the first time I've had the radio on all week, and literally just sitting down and had 5 minutes, so I thought I would give you a check-in.
Yeah, that old work thing, yeah, I know gets in the way sometimes of your fun.
Yeah, and last week was absolutely ridiculous. There was a bunch of 14-hour days in there, and then with all of the other family stuff going on, just, yep, a little beat up.
I think probably the worst one I had, we did an upgrade on our system. It was a 24-hour upgrade. We were there for about 26 hours by the time you figure out you get in there and left. But that was a long one. That was over Christmas. It wasn't enjoyable at all.
Oh, yeah, I remember those days doing AS400 upgrades and feeding tape after tape after tape. Glad those days are long behind me. This was just issues at work, people not upgrading things and keeping them up to date. The cloud service provider blows it up in the background, and then you spend hours trying to dig through, figure out what they actually blew up. Anyway, sir, appreciate you doing this one, and I will send it back to you. VA3IMW back to that.
Hey, thanks, Jason. All right, anybody else checking in tonight? Friday night ZOE Ragchew. Come on in, VA3IMW. All I got was static. Anybody pick up that gentleman coming in, please?
Absolutely. It's our one and only VE3 GBD. It's George. He's disappeared for a good long time. He's coming in on an HT tonight. George, you're not really in a sweet spot, but I can tell it's you, and I can hear pretty much everything you're saying. Good evening, and glad to hear you and reaffirm that you're on the top side of the soil.
I don't know. Is this any better? I'm trying to move around here, try to find a sweet spot, but my house kind of hard.
That's as sweet as you need to be right there, George. Perfect. I'll let you pick it up with Larry, and welcome back.
Thank you. Just trying to rearrange stuff, putting my equipment in my bedroom. So I'm probably going to be using a handheld for a little bit. A lot going on over here. I'm not happy about it, but other than that, if anybody's interested in a 28-foot tower, a tram antenna, and an E99 for $100, I'm selling that because I won't be using it. You got an Anton 99, George? Yeah, Roger. Hang on to it. I'll get in touch with you. I'm interested and I want to use it for 10 meters. Yeah, and I also got the top two sections of like the Antron, I forget the name of it, the other antenna. That's the top two sections of that. If you want that, you can have that for nothing. I'll give you a phone call, George, over the weekend sometime. Don't rush it right now. Glad to hear you back in there. Are you going to be open the trailer this year, or what's going on? Oh, yeah. Me first, I'm heading up. Gotcha. Sounds good. Okay. Well, as long as you don't have to dig yourself up with snow, right? Yeah, Joe. Yeah, I'm going to try and figure out, because I'm going to probably stay up there quite a bit. So I'm going to try and figure out how to hook up my ICOM, running something up there. and try and see what happens up there.
Sounds good, George. Okay, well, like I said, I'll give you a shout over the weekend there. I was interested in the VA3IMW, and I could probably use that for 10 meters. I was looking for something vertical, and it'll work out quite well for me.
Oh, perfect. I'll hold on to it for you.
Sounds good, George. Okay. All right, anything else, George? Everything okay with you?
You know, day by day is all I could say, my friend. Day by day. Other than that, I'm still here.
I hear you, George. Okay. All right, you going to listen along for a bit?
Yes, sir. I got my hand out.
Hey, no problem. You're very good. Good to hear you in there, George. It's been quite a while. Thought about you the other day, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, it's been a while, so, you know, I like I said, I'm trying to reconfigure my radio situation, and like I said, I'm not going to be using the tower and the antennas, so no sense having them up. And I also have two approximately 100-foot coaxes.
Okay, well, we'll keep our ears open for that, too. You never know, somebody might be interested in the group, or, again, we can talk some more about it, and maybe I can throw something for you. I don't think you're part of our Discord, or I don't, because it's a computer thing, but I might be able to throw something in there for you in case somebody is interested. Let them know you have it.
That sounds good, Larry. I appreciate that. I was going to put it on the ARAG Facebook, but I don't know if that's allowed.
Absolutely. There's no reason you can't do that. You want to drop it in there, go ahead.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, George, give me a second here. We'll give a shout and see if anybody else wants to join in tonight. Anybody else want to join into the Friday night ZOE Ragchew? My call sign, Victor Echo 3, Lima, Bravo, India. My first name's Larry, located in East Hamilton Mountains. Come on in. All right, we'll run it back up to Mac and see what he's been up to now. We're a little short tonight for people coming or people joining in, but that's okay. All right, we'll pass it back up to you, Mac. VA3IMW ZOE.
And let the repeater drop. All right. Certainly glad to hear George back on the air. I was getting a little concerned. And, piqued my interest when he talked about that 28-foot tower. So, George, there's a possibility I'll be in touch with you on that. Anyways, so we've talked about your CW course. We've talked about opportunities to get out and do some park activations. I think the park that I chose for potentially Sunday afternoon after my work social event is called Dumfries Conservation Area. I don't know if anybody's been out there. Maybe we can ask Dave to comment if he's activated anything out near Cambridge, Kitchener. And one other question, and it goes kind of to anybody. Has anybody been down around the area of City Hall lately? And the tent encampments, are they cleaned up? And would you consider it safe now to go in and do an activation at McQuestion House? So I'm kind of looking for some feedback on, number one, the Cambridge area parks, see if anybody's been out there. And number two, what our observations are for the lower city and what's happening down around the City Hall, and whether that area is clear of undesirable little villages of nylon and canvas. I'll throw it back to you, Larry. Thank you.
Comment V3IUK.
Yep, go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, you read my mind, Mac, because I know as of last fall it was fine, but I have to be downtown. I think it's either Monday or Tuesday this week. I have to check my schedule, and I was going to swing around there and see what the situation is, and I was also going to suggest to you if you wanted to meet up with me
right, that sounds very good. And we'll see. We'll also see if anybody else has got eyes on what's happening down there. I've actually managed to pack up pretty much all my gear into a single backpack. So my LiPo 24 amp hour battery, the 891, my tuner, and what else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Obviously, the pouch for the Pac 12 antenna would be also equally portable. So I'd be able to walk away from wherever I choose to park. And that was the other thing too. Dave is probably going to be able to weigh in on this one. The areas of the grounds of McWestern, the grass area between the City Hall parking lot and the stone wall on the backside, is that actually part of McWestern House, or do you actually have to be within the stone wall? Because when I look at the park map, it kind of indicates that green section extends out towards the edge of the parking lot. Anyways, I'm asking too many questions, but it is something to talk about.
Well, first of all, are you done with that, Bill? Are you okay? VA3IMW UK?
Yep, that's fine. I'll get back to Mac when I find out some more early next week.
Yep, okay. Well, see if Dave's still here. VA3CP, VA3LBI. I guess the first one, Mac was asking about what's out the Kitchener Way or something. Have you been to that park he's talking about? VA3LBI, VA3CP. I couldn't hear Mac. I was turned backwards to the radio, and him and Wade, I can't hear them. So, not from there. So, Mac, what were you asking?
I wondered if you've been out around the Cambridge area, a park that's called Dumfries Conservation Area.
Dumfries? Yes, I have been there. It was heckish noisy when I was there, but I did manage to get an activation.
Oh, like bad transformer noisy?
Yeah, electrical line noisy. I was pretty close to the entrance of the park there because the gate was closed, so I couldn't drive in. Just had to set up right there. So if you can get into the parking lot, it's probably okay.
Alrighty. Okay. I'll take a fresh look at the map and see. Also, probably want to understand the park hours this time of year. That was another question that I should have asked already. Again, about McWeston. On the weekend, it has limited visitor hours. So I know I've been questioned before by different ham operators, not necessarily real POTA enthusiasts, about how you can possibly activate something when it's past its hours of operation. I remember a young lady that sent me a note when I did the the Norfolk Conservation Area. The park was officially closed, but it was open for pedestrian traffic, and I was actually on the grounds, so I didn't see that there was anything wrong with activating the park that was open for pedestrian access. But from the standpoint of activating McWeston, would you have to activate it within the hours that the building is open for touring, or is it just okay to be on the grounds and activate the location?
What are you talking about? McWeston House?
Yes.
Is that the one downtown? I think it is, isn't it?
Yep, that's the one you did with your HT.
Well, I did it during their open hours back. That satisfied my
it while the park is open. Like, I think that's just my thought.
Yeah. Okay. I guess it was a question in my mind because obviously I'm not going inside the building. I'm not taking a tour, and I'm not activating from inside the building. I'm activating from the premises. So maybe I'll do a little bit more research and reading on historic sites and things of that nature. Because there's obviously some other historic sites like the what do they call the Mohawk Church or something out in Brantford. That's another interesting one. I hope I don't have to be there for a church service in order to get the activation done, but that's my wry attempt at humor tonight.
Contact VA3IMW I got you in there, Ed. Come on in, Ed. VA3IMW I heard Wade say contact first, so go ahead, Wade.
Oh, just really quick, my 2 cents on that you're mentioning there, Mac, is that as long as you're not prohibited from being on the grounds, if you weren't in a what's it called, in a tour, you'd be prohibited from being in the building, but you may or may not be prohibited from being on the grounds. So I would say that it's okay as long as the park is closed to pedestrian access, honestly. Yeah, so that would be the distinction I would make. If you could walk on without breaking any of their rules and spend time, if you could have a picnic there, I think you could have a POTA there is kind of my long and short of it. I don't know if that falls in line with your or other people's thoughts, but that's how I would look at it. Back to the group, and I'll let you pick up Ed in there. Hi, Ed. How you doing?
Doing great, thanks. Just got back from an exciting night at Costco, Best Buy, and some other places. Mac, I guess I read that rule just a while ago, and it says in the you'll find it in the rules section under activation, location, and access. It says a park is closed when the governing agency or the website says that public access is prohibited, or when the park ceases to exist. Seasonal closure of facilities, concessions, offices, or even large portions of the park may still allow lawful access to the remainder, in which case you can activate.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess it's operator discretion, which also goes back to the question about the boundaries of McWeston House, whether it extends to the edge of the parking lot on the back of the building.
Mac, that place is open from 12 to 4 every day except Monday.
Well, obviously it's going to be perfect, because if I don't get out of bed till 12, then anyways, yeah, and it would be a good time to do that on a given Saturday or whatever. Oh, that's the other thing. Is it open on Sundays?
Sunday 12 to 4 it says right now.
All righty, very good. And what's your opinion on the limits of the footprint of activatable space? On the backside towards City Hall parking lot, there's the stone wall, and then there's a brief grassy area. Is that do you see that's considered part of the park, the heritage site, whatever you want to call it?
I set up inside the wall, stone wall.
Yeah, it's probably better to do it that way. Okay, very good. Not sure when I'm going to truck down there and do that, but also looking forward to hearing Bill or anybody else's report on what the current condition down there is for undesirable temporary lodgings and the people there, what they're in.
Is there a way to get a boundary
boundary on that, on McQuiston House, do you know, Dave? Like an actual boundary map of it? That's a good question. I don't know. But you would almost think that when they put up a stone wall, that would be at the property's edge. I don't know. What I did is I set the antenna inside the wall and sat on the wall to do the activation. It gave me a seat. Yeah, I don't know. There must be some type of mapping of it that we'd be able to find, like, you know, the PDF or something on it. But, I mean, it looks like the grounds look like you'd be, you know, they're like quite large. Excuse me, from where the, you know, the Question House is. And, Mac, I think they went in and I think they did clean house down there, but don't quote me on that. I was pretty sure they were cleaning house. That was last fall. Yeah, and I think they got everything cleaned up. So I don't know what's happened over the period of time from then till now, but I know they're cracking down on it. There was been a little bit of controversy about it tonight on CHCH TV at 6. You got a little bit of digging, I guess, to do, Mac, before you can, you know, get there and do an activation on it.
Yeah, QSL. I was actually tempted to do a drive-by last weekend, but you know me and weekends and motivation. They don't quite go hand in hand. Anyways, all right. Well, that seems to satisfy my questions for the time being. Noisy Park in Dumfries, looking for open park hours so that it can get into a location that's going to be away from power lines, and some further digging to do on McQueston House. Alrighty. That's about it for me. And also, good evening, Edward. Good to hear you in there as well. Yep, I'll turn it back to you. Thanks, Larry. I think you got 8 minutes left before you turn into a pumpkin.
Okay, thanks, Mac. All right, well, bring back in Ed there. VE3BYT, VE3LBI. Come on back in, Ed.
Yeah, I'm here. You're not sure if I have much else to add. You see, I get excited when I can find things, you know, research things. So I go crazy trying to find where I saw it last. So that was my shtick.
Well, I tried to hear your last activation you did out there, but it was no good on 20 meters, that's for sure. How'd you make out with it?
Well, with the help of that Jamaican gentleman in Washington, Dell, who had 7 POTA sites in one activation, I ended up with something like, I think it was 43 or 44 contacts in that activation.
Oh, excellent, because I went to 20 and I couldn't hear you at all. So I was just too close, right? Had it been a little closer, probably would have been able to hear you, but just where your location was, I could not hear anything.
Yeah, well, Dell did the sideband for a while there, and then somebody decided to step on him with a giant amp and started broadcasting music. And at that point, he moved down a bit into the 20-meter band, and he switched to AM. And so I got him a second time. So I got like 14 contacts out of him. I could have activated the park just with him.
That's one thing about Dell. He's always got extra number of parks under his sleeve.
Yeah, he must be like shooting fish in a barrel there, because I seldom hear him with less than 4 parks there. Like I had him with 5 one time, another time with 4. So 7 surprised me. I was going like, can it really be that many? I guess there's lots of monuments in Washington.
Yeah, I don't exactly know the location, where his main location is, but he quite honestly, he does that quite a bit. He'll do either 4 or 5 or 6 parks, or not. I guess they're not really parks; they're monuments and trails or whatever that run through there. I've never really followed up to see what they all are.
I guess the first one they had posted that day was Lyndon Baines Johnson Memorial, and then 6 other sites. Some of them were trails. A couple of them were trails. So I guess they must all cross just like our Waterfront Trail and Trans-Canada Trail are together everywhere.
Actually, to be honest with you, I'm just looking at it now. Yeah, he's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trails. No, can't be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 trails that are right in that one area. And he was doing, I think, probably at this North Point Battlefield State Park.
More power to him. I guess he's learned to study maps like the group here has.
I guess. Anyways, he's always out there doing something when he's around. He's, like I say, he doesn't never seem to do a single park. They're very, very unlikely. He's always doing multiples, that's for sure.
Well, actually, we should get Pierre to read his website because on the QRZ page, I think it says, what is it, something like he's done 1,600 consecutive days of activations now without missing one?
Oh, I didn't. I've never actually looked at his QRZ page. I'll have a peek next time I'm around. I have QRZ up.
Yeah, that's a good one. And somebody says, do you have a real job? He says, yeah, I work 8 to 10 hours a day. And then I guess he's in the park.
You know, all the power to him, so. Okay, Ed, anything else before I put a shadow here? Because we're getting close to wrapping her up.
It's just a quick question. That gentleman you had on before with the tower there, I recognize his voice, but I didn't, I missed the call sign and name. I haven't heard him in months. Did he say he's, giving up amateur radio or something?
No, I'm making a few adjustments. George, come on in. You still with us, George?
VA3GBD. Hold on, I gotta find my sweet spot again. How's that?
Yeah, it's okay. No, I was just curious. I missed the part where you announced the preamble to these towers, and I was just curious. You've been away for all this time. Have you been up north or something?
No, I just been preoccupied, I guess you could say. Just trying to readjust, like move all my equipment. I'm not going to be using the tower, the antennas anymore, or the coax. I got 2 rolls of 100-foot coax, the tower, but I think Mac wants the tower. Larry wants the A99, but I still got the tram and 2 rolls of coax.
Okay. Well, it's good to hear your voice in there. You know, like I've been missing guys over the winter there. Like Bill was gone for the longest time. Now you're back, and I don't know, Larry. Whatever happened to Kevin there? VA3KKP. I haven't heard him in months. Is he still with us, or has he moved on to new pastures and other in the ether?
No, Kevin's still around. I talk to him periodically on in Messenger. Just hasn't got time for the radio. He's got other priorities. So he just he listens along he listens along sometimes when he can.
Okay, well, there's another guy that I missed a lot. So welcome back, George. Glad to hear your voice. Have a great evening.
Thank you. I'm going to try and get on more often, but right now it'll probably be periodic. And board, the 3GBD. I haven't been on in a while, so I forget the etiquette.
Okay, well, thanks a lot. VE3VYT, back to the net.
Okay, thanks, Ed. All right, for the last call out here, anybody else want to check into the Friday night ZOE Ragchew? Last call.
VA3IMW.
Yep, go ahead, Tom.
Just the bean for the pot.
Thanks, Tom. It's going to wrap her up, I think, and getting close enough. Oh, yeah, it's 8:59. So, okay, Mac, I think we'll do a 7-3 round. Bring her in. VA3IMW, VA3LBX.
7-3, thanks.
That's it?
Well, aren't you in a hurry?
I'm not there. I got no place to go.
Oh my goodness. So I get beat up on one side for being long-winded and timing out the repeater, and on the other side I try to give you a quick and quick and easy. And anyways, always good to spend a Friday evening unloading my ham radio mind and sharing some other details with folks. Good to hear George in there. Certainly missed him dearly. And Dave, thanks for your input on those parks. And also appreciate Wave's input on park access. I think that's pretty close to where I am. And yeah, Bill, let us know when you've gotten an eyeball on things. I'm asking for recon from the blind guy. Sorry, Bill, it was there. Anyways, I'm pretty sure that's long enough. Thanks for doing this one, Larry. Certainly appreciate it. VA3IMW, I'll be monitoring this frequency for a bit.
That's better. Thanks, Mac. All right, Wade, you're up. VA3MCA, VE3LBI, just doing a 7-3.
VA3LBI, VA3MCA, and the group there. Yeah, you had us worried there, Mac, for a second. That was fast until you fixed it up. Anyways, thanks, Larry. Same sentiments there as Mac. It's always a good way to spend a Friday. Thanks for running it, and really great to hear you in there, George. We missed you on the air for the time that you were away, and hopefully things are settling down such that we can hear you more often. And with that, I'll send it back to you there, Larry, and you can move on down the line. 7-3, everybody. VA3MCA.
Recheck.
Yep, go ahead, Mac.
Yeah, I see VA3CJZ. Now I understand what's going on. He's on YouTube. All he says is, check me in. I'm resting after my back procedure. Yes, he went into the hospital at 8:15 this morning for his pain management system thing. So trust Chuck feels much better tomorrow. Anyways, that's why we missed him tonight. And yeah, we're just like old hens, you know. If one of us goes missing for a couple of days, we're pecking around on the ground trying to figure out where everybody went. Anyways, there you go. That really fills in the gap. Thanks, Larry.
Yep, okay, I just sent him a message, so, all right, no problem. Actually, I should have finished it. I didn't quite type it all. Here we go. Okay, finish it. All right, you're up, Bill. VE3IUK, VE3LBI. Just doing a 7-3 round, Bill.
Yep, 7-3, so I can echo the sentiments of other folks on here. Good way to spend a Friday evening. And maybe I can speak to Wade briefly after you close the net, and we can maybe firm up some plans for Sunday a little bit more. But thanks for doing it, Larry, and back to you.
Okay, thanks, Bill. I think Vern's gone below time anyways. VE3CRF, Vern, you still with us, or just doing a 7-3? Okay, Dave, VA3CP, VE3LBI, just doing a 7-3 round. VA3CP. Mac, the official recognition for the site includes the house and the surrounding grounds. And if you take a look at the stone wall, they are on 4 sides of the building. 3 of those stone walls are right against the sidewalk on the street. So I think that inside the wall is the correct decision. But if you activate outside the wall, I don't think we'll know. So it's up to you. By the way, there's another spot in Cambridge called Shades Mills. If Dumfries is really noisy. All right, 73 all VA3CP. Okay, thanks, Dave. Garnett, you'll be still with us. VE3GMP, VE3LBI, just doing a 7-3 round, Garnett.
VE3GMP, 7-0, Larry, name out of time net. I'm going to go to bed. 2 o'clock in the morning, come to early.
Okay, Garnett, no problem. All right, VE3JC, VE3LBI, just doing a 7-3 round, Jason.
VE3LBI, VE3ZJC, 7-3 to you and everybody else on that. Thanks for doing it. And for Mac, I drive by the downtown core every day on my way home, and from what I can see, the area around City Hall is cleared of all of the stuff. I don't ever drive up behind on Hunter Street to see what's happening at Whitehorn / McQuestion, but your guess is as good as mine back there. But generally,
Thanks, Jason. Hope everything's okay at your end. Okay, George, VE3 JBD, we're just doing a 7-3 round, George.
Ragchew, I don't know if I'm in the same spot. I hope this sounds good. Just want to say 7-3 to everybody. And Max, there is also a 10-foot mast pole on the tower. Just wanted to let you know. VA3 GBD, 7-3.
Okay, George, I'll give you a phone call over the weekend. I got your number, and I can talk to you then about it. So, all right, Ed, VE3 BYT. Ed, we're just doing a 7-3 round, VE3LBI.
Yeah, still here. Thanks so much. Hope everybody has a fine weekend. Maybe I'll hear you on the air. Have a great time. 73, VE3 BYT.
Okay, Ed, take care. Tom, VE3 MQ. We're just doing a 7-3 round, Tom.
7-3 and all. Yeah, I better reheat myself tomorrow. 24-year wedding anniversary, so I better not play radio.
You better not. You'll be in trouble. Anyways, Mac, before I think, let me see, Bill wants to get in there with Wade for a minute, but did you get a couple of questions you wanted to ask or answer anything that George said, or?
Yeah, I'll get in touch with George offline. No problem. That's very, very good. Yep. And I got to say that I'm very happy when people come back and we get a good feeling that they're on the right side of the soil. Far too often we have people that kind of disintegrate and never hear from them. Anyways, thanks for coming back to us, George. I really appreciate it. That's it.
Okay, no problem. And the other thing, I guess you heard what Dave said, so that's all clarified. Anyways, okay, let me wrap it up. All right, my call sign, Victor Echo 3 Lima Bravo India. I'm going to wrap up the Friday night ZOE Ragchew. Thanks everybody for joining in. Like I said, you guys make the net. I just write down the names and the call signs. Your conversation with make the net. So let me thank Terry, VE3IQ, for the use as a repeater. And with that, I will turn the repeater back over to normal use. 7-3.
Last minute check-in, VA3IMW mobile.
Gotcha, Steve. Come on in, buddy.
Yeah, how's it going there, Larry and everybody else still on the net? No, I just got out of work here, jumped in the car, and I heard you give the closing comments, so I figured I'd get a late check-in while I can.
Yep, no problem, Steve. I take it you're working tonight?
Yeah, I worked all day from 12 to 9. I'm back in at 8 in the morning, so won't be a late one for me tonight.
I think I heard you say you're down to a 32-hour week?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I think this is the last week of 40 hours, and then next week I start the 32-hour work week. That'll give me an extra day per week off, which I greatly appreciate, especially in the summer.
Excellent. Okay, Steve. A little bit noisy there. So, all right. Well, you got a few more. What do you got left? Another hour, I guess, or so before you'll be done for the night. So, enjoy that, and we go home after.
Yeah, roger that. No, I'm already done. I'm already done in the mobile and heading out to the link to go home.
Oh, okay. You were done at 9 o'clock. Okay, very good. All right, Steve. All right. Well, have a safe drive, and we'll probably talk to you maybe if you get in for a couple minutes. So, Bill and Wade want to get together for a minute. They got to talk about an activation we want to try on the weekend there. So I shouldn't say try. The activation we're going to do on the weekend. So I'll pass it back over to either one of the other. I'll be clear.
VA3NCA, VA3IUK.
And there we go. We're closing the net. 7 3s. That's how we say goodnight.